Alrighty, so let's start with pre-market analysis. Let's start with GU. So GU is bullish, right? H4 swing strong, and we have our weak high, which is down. Internal is bearish. We're in phase C. We're at one of the demands. To be fair, the only unmitigated demand that we have is that one and that one. So we could see price continuing from both either, right? Although this one doesn't have any inducement, but it's in between, or it is in the daily demand, so we could see a push to the upside, or at least a pullback until we go to premium and to the extreme H4 internal supply. So this is our range. We had that chalk confirming that price potentially want to push higher into the EQ or into deeper premium supplies. So for now, we're in phase C on H4, and we just had that chalk. So Fractal is bullish as well. So Fractal and Swing is bullish from one H4 and daily demand. So I'm bullish for this session. M15, well, M15 is bearish, Swing is bearish, internal is bullish. We just had the IBOS yesterday, so we are in phase C. Counter Swing Pro internal before EQ as well, so this is very good to know. And yeah, what happened basically yesterday is that we had an IBOS. We left the flip, which we swept, used as inducement for our extreme. Price then gave us a chalk. I'm not sure if you can see it, but it's just right there. That inside bar pushed price lower, and then we had that chalk from the extreme, leaving us with one unmitigated demand right there that we just mitigated, continued to the upside and mitigated to the upside again. Now we created this sort of fractal structure, but we still have this extreme right here that has all this inducement to be swept potentially, and used as liquidity and inducement for this demand, this fractal demand, because basically we had that push to the upside and our internal demand already has been mitigated, so we can really look for setups from fractal structure. So what we usually do is we wait for price to come to one of the unmitigated demands and then give us a chalk after it swept some sort of liquidity. So I would love for price to sweep off this liquidity, come to this demand, give us a chalk, and potentially an LC1 or LC2A and take price higher, targeting that internal high as first target. We could also target that supply right there, because it's the only supply that we have in premium. And yeah, so that would be my first target, looking for price to potentially come to this demand, and then look for chalk and look for price to continue higher. We could see price push to the extreme, although we have that demand, because, well, it doesn't have any inducement. It does have this double top inducement, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna count it. But yeah, we could see price continuing to the upside. You could even see price breaking that swing high. I mean, after all, we mitigated our daily extreme demand, right? And yeah, so that's everything for GU. Let's go with EU. EU, basically what happened is, well, daily is still the same bias, basically waiting for price to give us more confirmation. Ideally, I would like to take price higher after that shock, but we had a lot of complication. Prices just ranging between this fractal structure, which I don't like really. H4, swing is bearish, internal is bearish. We're in phase A2. We basically just swept that high right there, gave us a chalk, so price is pushing to the downside for now. To be fair, this even doesn't make any sense. I'm just trading based on if we respecting supplies and demands here. So for now, we're expecting supplies. We could see a push to the upside, then breaking that high, but we could also see that that supply hold in and that supply respected. Um, we had the chalk. We had the chalk from this kind of fractal pivot, if that makes sense. Yeah, we could see price continuing higher or continuing lower in this case. I wouldn't be against both, but we are in supply, so at any moment we could see price just creating a new fractal high and giving us that shock right there. That's what I'm expecting, by the way, and seeing that internal weak uh, break. So I'm looking for price to mitigate it deeper, give us a shock, and then push lower to the downside. M15. M15 is bearish, so we had that bust there, we had that second bust there, so that's our swing high, that's our swing low. We could see potentially price continuing bearish at any moment. We had that shock right there. But again, I would love to see price giving us an entry from one of the supplies. For now, we didn't mitigate that supply, the extreme supply, which is that one. We have that supply right there, which is technically valid. But it didn't really. I mean, it's been a bit mitigated by that wick, so I'm not sure if I would count it or not. And the ideal would be for price to push higher and giving us a new range of internal and then break it, giving us an IBUS, and then we can look for short. That would be the ideal scenario. So that's what I'm looking to do potentially now. Push price higher until one of the demands, the supplies, because well, we don't have that mitigation of that supply, nor of that one, uh, nor of that supply. So I'm not really happy with that. We had the IBOS, so internal is bullish. Uh, Price mitigated nothing, but we had that shock right there, and price just kept on respecting demands for now, right? Creating some fractal structure. The only unmitigated demand that I can see is that one. We could see potentially price come here, give us any sort of shock, and then pushing higher. That could happen. We have this demand, but it's already mitigated here. So yeah, the only demand that I'm seeing it's this one. You could see price push here, sweep all these lows, and then we could see a continuation to the upside. That's what I'm looking for. Um, This is phase phase C, sorry, but it's phase C past EQ. So I would favor my GBP trade in phase C pro before EQ, pro internal before EQ. That's the highest probability trade for me. And yeah, so we have FOMC at 7 p.m. Just we need to be careful with it, not hold trades for that long, and we should be fine to. We should be good to go. And yeah, let's see if we get any trade today.